The main purpose is to prevent erosion, so we'll go through and we'll seed down the middle of our drive rows. So that's going to hold the soil in place, not just from rain erosion, but also from the tractors going through. So we've planted different crops. Right here we went through with oats earlier in the season, and that was due to how dry it was when we were planting. And then once we got into the fall, we went through and seeded it down with the grass orchard mix. We've also done some clover mixes in the past. Usually we'd go through and put down a permanent cover crop after the first planting. We are going to be trying out some new techniques this year where we're going to rotate cover crops through on new plantings for at least a year or two before we put in a permanent cover crop. Cover crops will also help with the soil biology. That's one of the main benefits of having your ground covered. So they don't particularly do anything different in the winter with the cover crops that we're putting in. So what they'll do is, especially with going with diverse cover crops, planting more than one crop at a time, which we're starting to do, it's going to help provide um, more nutrients for the microbiome in the soil, and which then our vines will be able to feed on as well. Yes, most farming industries have some type of cover crop involved. In field crops, oftentimes in rotations, they will plant cover crops in the off season. So after the main cash crop is harvested, they'll put some type of cover crop down to get through the fall and the spring. It's also used in orchards, much in the same way that it's used in the vineyard for erosion control. There are certain species of cover crops that you can plant to bring in beneficial insects. That's something that we are looking at doing, especially for those first 2 years. We have not planted them specifically for that. As of right now, again, it's mostly for erosion control and then also weed suppression as well.